In fact, we might be able to see in the... I don't see the shadow this way either. In fact, we might be able to... Let's see, how far back can we go? Sunday, 9 a.m. Saturday, 11 a.m. Let's load that one. Okay, Saturday at 11. Yes, we'll load. Let's see. We... yeah, okay. Let's go out here. Grab this. Let's go outside. And let's see if... Oh, wait. That's not what we want to compare. We want to compare... Okay, that's incorrect. We want to compare later in the day on Saturday. I don't know. We're not really going to be able to, are we? I don't have a safe spot. I was going to try Saturday evening, but it doesn't look like that's going to do us any good. Alright. I don't think we're going to get a later in the day Saturday thing. Not without replaying several things in the game. And I don't know on those saves where we had left off. So I don't know what things we would still need to do. Yeah, nothing new. All right. That's too bad. If we had like a Saturday at like 3 or 4 p.m. or something, we could compare that way too. Anyway, like I said, I think the difference here is because we've been to the chapel. I don't actually think this shows up because of the time of day. But I could be wrong. Which one? This one? This one? This one? Are you talking about this one? Looks like as you get closer, it looks like it's a bush, and then there are trees behind it. And since I don't get any kind of indicator change, like even a magnifying glass or a hand with a pointer finger, none of that, I won't be able to interact with this. So I couldn't even try to dig over here. Okay. So if we're from this tree, we turn left. Or are you talking about over that direction? Okay. Because there's lag on the stream, this is probably not going to work that way, so I'm just going to stay here. Are you talking about the tree that my hand is currently over? I'll wait until you answer that question so we can narrow down. Sorry about that. I was going a little too fast for my own good. That tree I just passed over. Which one? I passed over several trees. When you say that I just passed over, that's when you're looking at... Sorry. That's Faux Fox. You're saying that you just passed over, but for me, I probably passed over it several seconds before you saw. So I'm not sure. Hey, Monmouth, welcome. The one near the path, almost completed. Oh, okay, good. No one near the path when you move left. Okay, so I'm coming out here. You're talking about this one near the path as I'm going to move left? Okay. So basically, let's describe it this way. Say either the tree behind the bush on the left or the tree you're over right now. This one here? Okay, let's go to this one and see. I might need to go one more, and I don't know if that's too far. It looks like it's too far. So I have to be on this screen. And it looks like I can't interact with the tree. Maybe I can do my shovel there. Now, same hole, so we're not yet at the right spot. So I feel like we still have a ways to go, but I don't know for sure how far we have to go before we finish the game. I already tried some of this. So that's too far away to get over there. I have to come closer like this to dig it. I feel like that's too far this way. So probably go. Yeah, unfortunately. I know, right? This looks like the shadow in the picture or in the photograph. It does look like it, but I can't. Oh, maybe there? This looks like it's not actually out on the ground, but in the middle of those rocks. I wonder. Probably not, but let's try it. Are you just going to show me the same thing? God dang it, game. Think I might be onto something, and then you go, yeah, screw you. Alright. I really do think at this point we need something, some indicator to go, hey, this spot right here, and I don't know what that is. See, I believe this is the thing from the victimizer. I believe this lion's claw, or whatever it is, this animal claw, is probably representative of the evil demon we're trying to keep at bay. And then something we get from Catherine's corpse presumably will be the thing from a victim. And then we have this. We'll use that to bind the two things together. And then we'll put all those on this branch, I think. But when and how quickly and all that we can do that stuff is still up in the air. This goes out to the greenhouse, which I think we're, at least for now, I think we're done with that. Very top of the clickable area, slightly to the left of the tree. So maybe there. We could try that. Let's try. Yeah. Nope. Apparently not. At least where I tried. If I was off where you were thinking, like you want me to go a little bit further to the left or something, let me know. But as far as I could tell, no. So that's where I dug just a second ago. By the way, I'm planning on streaming a little bit longer tonight to give us a chance to hopefully make some progress. So I'm going to go an hour later than I normally do. Hour and a half, whatever. Somewhere in there, longer than I normally do. You know, or unless I start falling asleep or something. But otherwise, an hour to an hour and a half longer than normal so that we can hopefully make some progress. And then if we get to the point where we do make progress, I'll just cut out like the first section of the stream where we have not made any progress to hopefully be able to do better overall. I wonder, hang on one second here. Let me do, I've never done this before because it's like weird to think of doing that, I think, but is that all it's gonna do? Oh, that's dumb. Really, literally all that prompt saying, hey, you got 100 messages, tweet. All it says is, whoa, I got 100 messages in Restream chat today. That's not worth a tweet. Come on, let's be serious, people. That's not worth any kind of a tweet, you weirdos. Okay, anyway. Okay. There are still some things that I don't know how to do. Again, they may be things you never actually end up doing in the game, but there's still some things I don't know how to do that I might want to spend some time. Take a step back and click on the same spot. Okay. So here's where we were. You're saying take a step back. The only way we can go, excuse me, that would be back would be this way. So back here, and then maybe over like this. I still think that's not... I feel like that tree, even though the tree does stand out somewhat, I feel like that tree's too far away from where the actual spot is. I think we're too far to the right at this point with that tree. It's a good idea because the tree's there, so why not? But I really don't think... I think we're too far away. Okay, let me think. We've called Jerry and had a conversation with him since the chapel. So, what else? What if there's... Probably not. But I wonder if there's anything else maybe in the attic that we're missing. I don't know. Like maybe yet another newspaper article? I kind of doubt it, but it doesn't hurt to try, I suppose. We just have those three. We just have those three. So do I have to? Okay, fine. I'll just choose one and then we'll get out of it. Okay. We do still have this. Did we ever pull anything out of this? I don't remember. We see these things, but I don't know. Three meat cuttings. Here's our team. Although you can go through these, they don't seem to have anything significant. Honestly, I don't know why, but for some reason they just don't seem significant at all. There's a chest with all this stuff in it, and yet it doesn't seem significant. That's so weird. You'd expect some kind of significance, but I'm not finding it. Barrow, 1848. See, and this doesn't look like the manor or any of the buildings around it, so I don't know what these are even about, honestly. But it doesn't feel significant enough. Sinister presence lurking in the shadows. Woo! And there is still this music box. I swear there's something with that music box that we need to do. But I don't know what. Like, why? I mean, sometimes fleshing out games is fun. You, like, get stuff. But something like this seems significant enough. Why nothing is happening seems... It seems very strange to me. Like, something else should... But you can't even... Like, you can't even examine or interact with this at all except for the hand to, like, remove that. There's nothing, when I go like this, it doesn't light up or anything. So it does that. It whines and nothing else happens. It's so strange. Crowbar? You're right. I don't know. So anyway, so this is something else that bothers me a little bit too. Not bothers me. It's not like I stay up at night thinking about it or anything. But I mean, you know what I mean? Like, it's something that doesn't seem to fit. Like, there seems to be something important about that, but there's nothing as far as I could tell. It just seems out of place. Like, there should be something you can do with that. Maybe you never can. I don't know. So you say everything the same way. So it looks like none of these is singled out as being like special or different from the others. All of them are saying the paint's probably dried up. This shows you the floor plans, which was useful for finding Robin's old room. But other than that, I think probably doesn't really have anything significant to show us. It is, honestly, that is a legitimate strategy. I don't do it for every single thing, but if I have trouble figuring something out, I often will do that. I'll be honest. Yeah, I'll often be like, well, what if I try this? Well, what if I try this? This is stupid. This won't work. And then I try it, and then I was like, oh, what the? How would I ever figure that out otherwise? The games Stasis and Kane, its prequel, both of those games, there were a couple places where I kind of did different items for my inventory until I figured it out. Yeah, I mean, well, see, and I'm looking at the same thing, Fofox. Like, I have my own screenshot of it, and I'm pretty sure I already looked at the rocks where we need to look. But we can go back if you want one more time. That goes back to that room. I really need to start looking, since now that I've got more people regularly showing up on my streams. I still have some days where nobody shows up or where it's only one person or something. But now that I have a few of you semi-regularly to regularly showing up, I really should start looking at getting special icons for, like, special icons on Twitch, but then also on YouTube, so you guys can can use some of them when they apply. If you guys want to see some special, well, I'll have to see if I can, but assuming I can, then if there are special icons you want to be able to use in chat here every once in a while or whatever, let me know and I'll see if I can make them available. Just scan slowly. Okay, so let's go back out there, Fofox, one more time. Let's see if you tell me. I'll kind of sit there, and you tell me what way you want me to move and where you want me to try digging, and we'll see if I can find something after all that I've missed. Yeah. Okay. Okay. I'm on the spot. Here's the big dark spot. Tell me where from here. I'll actually do even this because this looks more like in line with stuff where these rocks are. So I'm going to be on this stone of this rock set of 3 or whatever. Tell me from here where you would like me to direct my mouse and then to click to dig. And I'll try, I'll try to follow along whatever it is you say. Slow to the left. Okay. I'm going to move one full rock to the left. If I've gone too far, tell me to go back the other way. If I'm far enough, then tell me freeze. If I need to go farther, tell me go farther, okay? Right more? Okay. We're now in between the two. Right, a little bit more. Okay. Are you looking there, maybe, where the magnifying glass is? Should we try that one, or do you want a different spot? Not left, right. Oh, from the rock? Okay, well, let me, just since I'm here, just because I didn't know that was going to show up as that, let me try the shovel here. That's not the spot you're saying. I realize that. I'm going to do that. It'll bring me back out, and I'll be at exactly the same spot. Yeah, okay, so that's nothing. Okay. I figured it would be, but just in case. I will be at exactly the same spot I was coming out. Okay, so we were here. So we go right a little bit. Right here, maybe? Yeah. Yeah. Oh, I mean, yeah. Those are those really kind of are what it breaks down to, right? It has to be one of those three. Can't be all of them. It has to be one of those three for sure. So either we got the wrong spot, or we're in the right spot, but we're just off a little bit where the position needs to be, or we need another clue. It is definitely one of those three. Keep going to the right. Okay, I'll go to the right a little bit more. Okay, I'm now there. Let me know if that's the spot you want, or if it needs to be another one or other of the other directions. Keep going. Okay. Okay, since there's a delay, and I just saw the keep going, and then moved, and then your next keep going came right after, I'm going to pause. Say it again if I need to continue to go. I know this is a little annoying with a lag. It's basically like trying to use something like Zoom or Slack or a similar kind of Skype or something, and where you say something, then you have to wait like 5 seconds or something before the next person can respond. Again, keep going, or again, dig. Keep going again, or dig again. Make sure I understand. Again, you'll need to be a little specific in exactly what you're wanting, rather than just saying something like again, so that I know exactly what you're wanting me to do. Otherwise, I'm not sure. Go, move again. Okay. So here to the right, a little bit more like this. Okay. Now it's the same day. We did move the clock forward, but it's the same day. So last time we streamed, it was, I think it was like 10 a.m. Now we're at, or maybe 11 a.m. 10 or 11 a.m., one of the two. We're now at 2 p.m., but it's still the same in-game day, which is Monday. We originally, in-game, we arrived on a Saturday. Another foot? I don't know what a foot in the game would be. I'll guess to like this, to the red spot. If that's too far, tell me back. If it's not far enough, tell me keep going. Yeah, we arrived on in game. We arrived on a Saturday, did our stuff Saturday. We slept overnight. Then the next day was Sunday, but it was rainy all day Sunday. And then, the next day, and then now we're on Monday. No, that's correct. Yep, in the mailbox. That was, I think that might have been, I'm not positive, I think that might have been one of the things that moved the time forward an hour. The mailbox had a letter. So Barbara, our assistant, had sent, she'd gathered some information on our behalf and then sent it to us so that it arrived Monday. Barbara, we cannot call today. Barbara's off today. A little bit more and dig. Okay, I'll dig here and then I'll go a little bit more and dig again. How's that? So our assistant Barbara asked for Monday off. So we gave her Monday off. So although the letter from her on our behalf arrived today, we can't talk to her today because she has the day off. So trying to call her doesn't do anything because each time we try, it's like, well, we told her we'd give her the day off, so we won't bother her. Is what the MC, our guy, says. What Michael says. Okay, that was a no. Let's go a little bit more to the right of that and try again. Do you see it now? Yeah. It's a little bit, but you almost even see a shadow here. I don't think it's supposed to be, but you almost kind of see a shadow here, but you can't do anything additional. Whenever you see this closed hand, it means no interaction of any kind. It means you can't move, you can't examine, you can't use an item, none of that stuff. Welcome back, Monmouth. Okay, so that was a no. Right. But here's I've gone through puberty, I promise. Here's the thing with that though, Fofox. It might be the right place, but it might also require another clue to trigger access. And that's the thing I don't know. Right? Because think about it. We had this whole area previously available to us. And I tried digging, I'm sure I tried digging in all these same spots, or at least a lot of the same spots, previously. But because we'd not yet been to the chapel, our guy wasn't willing to try to start digging. He basically was like, well, I don't know where to dig. We had to go to the... and there's another chapter. Okay, so we have another, so probably one more day then, yeah. So we had... we knew that we needed to dig stuff up because we'd read an article before where the maid said he was in the garden burying the body. So, because of that, we know he already knew to dig in the garden. But he would refuse to dig until we discovered the stuff in the chapel. Then that triggered the ability to try to dig. But digging here, we still don't find the right spot. So one of two things is it's one of two things. It's either we're not digging quite in the right spot, or we need to trigger something before we can dig in the right spot. Yeah, so that's the thing. Like, her body's right there at the tip of that shadow in the picture. He's also basically... because it's slightly askew, right? From the angle in the picture, it's slightly askew, so we have to look at it a little bit differently. But effectively, he's pretty much centered between the two rock clusters. So I'll come back to this in a second, where we were. But basically, he's between these two rock clusters. Actually, he's between these two rock clusters. Not these two. He's between these two rock clusters. Maybe it's these two rock clusters and this. Because you can't really see the bottom cluster in the photo. You can't really see these rocks in the photo. I kept using this as a guide, but you can't really see these rocks in the photo, can you? They might be off to the left under where the window is on the left side of the photo. So it might be with this and then those. Anyway, let's say it's this one. It's going to be roughly halfway between these this way, and then maybe a third of the way up from here over this way. Yeah, we're close. I'm pretty sure we're close. I just don't know if we have to trigger something first or if we dig in that spot. It's one of those. We're just not sure. No, nothing in the diary. I mean, there is an entry in the diary, but it's based on what we read when we were down in the chamber below the chapel. So, like, if we go here in the diary, the last thing he talks about is he's finally inside the chapel, the place where Blackwood spent most of the time during his last days. I can feel it. I'm about to make great discoveries in here. The story is fully revealed to me now. That disturbing African mask is cursed. Man, my sore throat. Hang on. My throat's sore. Hang on a sec. So that disturbing African mask is cursed. It isn't exactly important whether this curse is real or not. Even though I'm actually willing to believe that due to my experiences inside this house. But the fact is that Blackwood believed it was very real. What drastic measures did he take to get rid of it? A murder? A sacrifice? And that's where we've left off. Now, even though it's not recorded in the chapel, if we go back into that chamber below the chapel and look, he says we needed one item from the victim, one item from the victimizer, so in this case, the evil spirit or whatever, right? The demon, whatever. And then the berry, a special berry, and then a special branch. Well, we've got those. We've got the special berry here, right? It was like it's alive, even though the other stuff isn't in the greenhouse. I assume this is that special plant. Okay. I'm not positive. I suspect this claw is an item from the victimizer, from the demon, because it was with the African artifacts, and it's kind of got a little bit of a symbol of aggression, kind of, because the claw is something that will hurt you potentially, right? So I think that could be the thing from the victimizer. So if that is true, we also have the branch right here. So the last thing we need is the item from the victim, which would be presumably, off of Catherine's corpse. Because I don't think he refuses to look in the coffin of the baby, even though the baby really is the victim here, because the baby was stillborn or got sick after it was born. I don't remember which one. Anyway, the baby died, so presumably the baby's really the victim, right? But he won't even entertain looking in the coffin of the baby. So, well, he wouldn't. I guess technically, since looking in the chapel, we've not been back there. So maybe. I mean, it's worth a try. I don't think it'll work, but we could try that. But let's do another couple of digs around here first. Have I checked the mailbox again in this stream? No, I've not checked the mailbox again, so we could definitely do that too. Okay, I'm going to try here, and then down and to the left a little bit, and then up and to the left a little bit of where I am right now. And then we'll see if that's going to... if either of those will work. I feel like it's probably we have to trigger something. I feel like we're in the right spot, but we have to trigger something. But I don't know that for a fact. That's why we're doing all these extra dig attempts that may not turn out to be anything. Yep. Okay, so that's a no. So down on the left first, and then we'll go up into the left next. Okay, so down into the left first. So right about here, here, I think is where we'll try. And then I'm going to go up a little bit from there. And then if those don't work, we'll maybe return to this. But I think for now, we'll have to kind of call it as it's not really going to go anywhere for the moment. We'll have to see. Yeah, it's looking like this is also no. Okay, so one more try. And then we'll go look for some kind of a trigger. We'll go back to the mailbox since you suggested that, Somni, or you asked about that. We'll go back to the mailbox and see if we can find something there. And then since I had, as I was talking, mentioned and didn't realize until then that we've not actually been back to Robin's coffin, maybe I'll go back to the coffin and see if we can interact with that as well. Maybe that's changed now. Conditions, I mean, things have happened, so maybe something triggered and that's a possibility now. It's not looking like it. Not looking like we could just dig. I feel like we might need a trigger first. I kind of started suspecting that when we digged several times before, but in fairness, we were in what I think now is probably the wrong place. We were digging over here when I think we really needed to be digging in this area, yeah. So, okay. So let's, for now, You know what? So here's the thing with me. I'm going to say something that I think a lot of people will potentially disagree with. It's not like super controversial or anything. Oh, we have something new. Good call. Okay, hang on. Notice of eviction. Mr. Michael Arthate, due to irregularities during its acquisition process carried over by Mr. Jerry P. Carter, you are to immediately leave the property known as Blackwood Manor. If you fail to comply, legal proceedings will be enforced against you. You have 2 days to effectively abandon the property after the issuing of this notice. We take no responsibility for the courier service. A police officer is due to arrive at the Blackwood Manor on Tuesday, October 15th. Should you be present, you will be immediately taken into custody without further notification. The National Trust. So that was the reason why Jerry wanted me to leave the house so badly. I bitterly realized that he wouldn't come for me, and that it was up to me to find a way to leave the house. This is what Barbara had sent us before. So it's up to us to find a way to leave the house. Yeah, that's the other problem, is not only are we like, hey, I want to investigate, not only that, but also we actually can't leave the property right now because our car's friggin' dead. So there's that. Yeah, so anyway, so the thing I was going to say about myself is I believe in ghosts and like evil spirits, but with a caveat. I believe they exist. I believe sometimes people might see them or experience something where they maybe get a glimpse at them. I don't, however, believe that they can have any influence on you that you don't let them have. Now, that could be, there could be specific things that allow them to influence you. So, for instance, I believe if you do heavy drugs or alcohol, you like get drunk or something, you've kind of let your guard down. You've let yourself lose control to a point. Once you've lost control, I do believe it's possible that you give over the ability to prevent their influence. So you allow them effectively to kind of work into you a little bit so they can have an influence on you. Now, I'm not saying that they necessarily will, but I believe that if you put yourself in a weakened state, you submit yourself to allow that crap to happen. And that's cool. Like I said, we don't have to necessarily share belief. That's fine. I'm not trying to convince anybody. I'm just explaining my perspective on stuff. I believe they exist, but I don't believe they can do anything to you unless you sacrifice your control over yourself, like with things like drugs and stuff, and or they happen to be malevolent. And I don't know how I feel about their being malevolent or not. I imagine if ghosts are real and so they're the leftover essence or whatever, the souls or whatever of people who've died, if that's true, and I think it is, but if that's true, then I think just like people alive on Earth, in the world now, they have a variety of personalities. There are some who want to do bad things. There are evildoers, people who seek to take advantage of other people and hurt other people and stuff. And then there are good people. So why would there, if ghosts are real, then why would there not be a kind of spectrum of personalities among the ghosts, right? I do not believe that ghosts are like out to get revenge or something. I don't think that's a thing. I mean, like for wrongs that were done to them in life. I don't believe that that's a thing. And again, people can disagree with me. That's fine. I'm just saying my perspective once again. I don't think ghosts are really like out for vengeance and stuff. I do think though they could be confused, not know like what the hell is going on, like why am I here? What I don't understand this place. And or they could be trying to interact with us in this world, and they just don't, but they still have their personalities. So they might try to hurt somebody just for entertainment or something, or they might think they might gain some kind of advantage for hurting somebody. But I don't think that I think they're more like, I think it's more like they just are, not that they're like vengeful and stuff. You'd love to be a slider? That would be pretty cool, actually. You do that, yeah. They just turn up out of the blue, yeah. Yeah, I enjoy that perspective, and I like that. I do feel like, let's see if he'll let me look at it. Prospect of witnessing the decaying body of a baby wasn't very tempting. Yeah, so he's not gonna let me get into the coffin even after the chapel stuff. So I don't. Looks like that's a dead end. Okay, well that was a good try anyway. Yeah. Anyway, so that's kind of my perspective on spirits and stuff. And I don't know. I mean, there are things that definitely, I'm not sure, like, in what way, like, how it would even work or anything. So, like, there's the Ouija board, right? And some people say the Ouija board is one of those ways that can kind of lower your guard and let evil in. And that might be true. I don't actually know. I don't have a definitive belief on that one way or the other. I know that I don't feel comfortable when a Ouija board is used. I know that I feel nervous as hell, and I don't want to be around a Ouija board being used. Like, it really freaks me the hell out. So I know I don't like it. Whether it actually lowers your inhibitions or I don't know. And I don't think I really want to formulate an opinion on that. I just know I don't like being around that crap when it's being used. So the battery's dead. Yeah, the battery on the car is dead. And our guy, Michael Arthate, is not really very mechanically inclined. So he won't know how to recharge a battery unless there's a charging station. He won't know how to replace the battery unless there's a battery to use to replace it. And even if that is the case, even if there is a battery, I'm not sure he's mechanically inclined enough to understand how to unhook the dead battery and hook up a live battery, a good battery. Sure, Fofox. We'll go with that. Yeah, maybe. I don't know what we would do, though. I don't know. We could always try to call Jerry again as well. Now that we've seen the eviction notice, maybe Jerry will have something to say. I kind of feel like no, but he might. We could try calling him again. He may not answer. He might be busy, so we just can't reach him. Or he may like, oh, hi, Michael, bye, or something. He hangs up. I don't know. Yeah, good point. It's been a while since I tried to do anything with the car, so we might try again. Yeah. Let's first see if the time has changed. Yeah, it's 3 p.m. So seeing the eviction notice moved us an hour forward. I didn't want to speak with Jerry after the incident, and I felt the same way ever since. Oh. So we'll never call Jerry again, apparently. After Jerry saying, you just need to get out of there, Michael, and not confessing that he used illegal means or whatever to get the property for Michael, and then Michael getting the eviction notice, apparently Michael's got a permanent grudge. And we gave Barbara the day off, so I'm assuming we don't want to talk to Barbara either. Yeah. Yep. Okay, so unless we find another phone number, I think using the phone again is pretty much going to be a no. we're probably not going to use that again. It's too bad I can't really read that. Wonder if that has meaning. Mains. I can't make out the first letter of this word. Right above the knuckle of the hand. I can't make out that first letter. Ulda. Ulda something. Ulda mains. I don't know if that's even significant, but that is a thing anyway. Okay, what else? Oh yeah, we can try on the car. That's right. Sorry, I got distracted. Yeah, no, I 100% agree with you. This house is amazing. If this house were real, I mean, yeah, I would totally want to live here. Even, like you said, even if there were spirits, like I said, even though I believe there are ghosts, even if there were ghosts around there, I don't think the ghosts really would be aggressive or anything. So I don't think that would be a problem. I think I would be fine living in a place that was haunted, because I really don't think the ghosts have any ill intent. Car battery was dead. Barely get any honk out of the horn. Glove box has nothing in it. Okay, we want to open the door and get out, but I can't seem to get around to the hood. It won't let me. Or the bonnet if you're British, but it won't let me get out and look at the hood or the bonnet of the car. Now, if the boot or the trunk of the car... Oh! Hey, we weren't able... Before he said he didn't want to look in there. It was the spot where the car's battery was. So there we go. We have the battery. Yeah. So there you go. We got from the trunk, we got the battery. I forgot that this... Because I'm used to the Volkswagen Beetle being that way, but I forget that there are some other cars that have their batteries and stuff in the rear as well. I keep forgetting that. It was the uncharged battery of my car. Okay, so we're going to... Oh, I wonder if we can use the bicycle motor this way now. Maybe we can somehow use the bicycle this way for charging it. Let's see. I set the battery maybe here. Okay. Then what can I use? It's not useful. It's not useful. I need something else to charge the battery, but I don't know what else I'm going to use. I need to be able to move these wires and put them onto here. I don't know how I could do that. I'm assuming no. He'll say he'll hurt himself or something. Yeah. Wonder if... No. Yeah, see, I'm pretty sure I need to set the battery here. Then I need to figure out something. Having the cables connected first is probably a good idea. I know, but I was trying to disconnect the damn cables and you don't let me. Oh, I just used my hand. Wow. Well, that made it simple. Okay. Now let's do this. I don't know how many times. Realistically, you would need a lot more than just a couple of winds on this to get the battery to go. I believe. I mean, I can't see just 2 or 3 of these and it would work. But so I'll try another few times here. Because I don't know. There might be X number of times you have to do it in the game for triggering the progress. So just in case, I'll do that. But my guess is... only a couple of times will be enough for in the game. But realistically, you wouldn't have that easy of a time of it. There's no way to be that easy. But okay, let's. So that's the use. That's the usefulness of the bicycle, I guess. Okay. Yeah, let's see. Good point. See if the description's different. Use the battery in my car with supposedly a small charge. Try it again. See if we can get out of here. As I prepared myself to leave the manor, I suddenly felt responsible for disturbing the forces that had up to now lain dormant inside the house. I had to do something. I wanted to leave the place right away, but I couldn't. Not without dealing with the presence haunting the house first. It was my responsibility now. I began debating with myself. But no, what about the future inhabitants? What if they became injured because of what I did? I would have never forgiven myself. I knew it was waiting for me. I had to go. Yeah, maybe now it's time to dig up the body? Yeah. Because this game does have kind of this pattern of you could do something in the right spot and still not do something correctly because you've not triggered something properly. Oh! Look at that! With the time change. Hey, we want to go to the point, the end point of that, don't we? I bet that's what we want. Oh, it's going to be a corpse, though. It's going to be a corpse. Wait, still no? Oh, wait. If I look at... It's just to the left of it, isn't it? Oh, you know what, though? This also might be too far back. Hang on. Yeah, could be. Let's see. Okay. So it's not the tip of that. That's too far to the right. Because if these are the two sets of stones we want, right? It's just pointing way to the right. So that's not quite right. But it's going to be... Where is that? That might actually be... Let's try where Fox was saying before. Even though this is pointing up there, that could be a red herring. It might not actually be where the point is, because the earlier point was different, right? Okay, let's try a little to the left of this. Like you're saying. Let's do that first. Oh! Music! Oh! Corpse, 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 corpse. Ah! Okay. Damn it. Okay. I was equally terrified and saddened upon uncovering the dead body of Catherine Blackwood. All those years, she was left to rot in this improvised tomb. The corpse was all contorted and rotten beyond recognition. What horrified me most was the aspect of its teeth, leaping out at disturbing angles. Poor Mrs. Blackwood. She seemed to be silently shouting at me, or rather crying. Tried to pull out a tooth without success. Let's try these. Doing my best to contain my repulsion, I pulled out a tooth from the body. God damn it. Okay. You know, I understand Blackwood's desire to contain the curse, but that frickin' douche bucket, instead of doing this, he should have traveled back to frickin' Africa, returned to the damn mask, and let the tribe down there deal with it again. What a dick, dude. What a total asshole. Okay. It was the tooth that I shamelessly took from the cadaver of Catherine Blackwood. Okay. I quietly left, burying Mrs. Blackwood back to her dead, cold dreams. Okay. I know, right? Hello, madam. May I be your dentist this evening? Silwell. You're such a jerk. Damn. We still need to somehow, like, combine the items, right? We have to grind them up or something. I don't know where we're going to find something to grind. Oh, you know what? The kitchen. I know where we're going to find something to grind them together. The friggin' kitchen. It's 5 p.m., by the way. So there you go. What's the fastest way? I don't even know what the fastest way to get there is. I guess we'll just go through here. Her best tooth. Man. Damn it. You cannot tell that I'm a writer myself, can you? Like, these kinds of things, like, affect me maybe more than they do other people. Because I have basically the same kind of ideas. Like, when I invest in characters, I really, really invest in characters. It was a nice, rustic, old-fashioned grinder. Yeah, okay. Oh, damn it, dude. Okay. Oh, I guess I have to do it first. Okay, so we'll... okay. Waiting for anything to be tossed inside to test its blades. Okay, so I've done that. Now, oh, there we go. I was like, how do I close it? Okay, now I grind it. So now I have ground tiger tooth or whatever. Remains of the claw I took from the gallery. Okay. This. Oh, wait. I guess I have to open it again first. Oh, shut this. Open this. Yeah, yeah. Order of operations. Xexor, order of operations. Alright, so now we'll shut this. Grind this. Yeah. Really good, yeah. Yeah, it's really well done, right? Very great atmosphere. Yeah. That's one, honestly, that's one of my flaws for these kinds of stories and games and stuff. They really do a number on me a lot of times just because of how invested I get in characters. They were the remains, the tooth I ground. Yep. Okay, so now I think the next one we want, I think we're going to do this, right? Oh, that's not useful? Oh, maybe we're not doing that. Okay. So I think maybe we're done with that then. Are we... Okay, I guess we're going upstairs and trying to use the berries and the 2 piles of powder on the stove. Maybe. right, let me save it, our progress up to this point. So we're going to go, we'll replace this. Yep. Okay. All right, so we want, I think, this. Some ingredients we're missing. Yeah, I still feel like we need a container. Unless we do this. Maybe we do this. Blend them. There we go. And then we do this as well. Blend all of them. There we go. Now we do this. Okay, and now I use my last match. With the heavy, creepy breathing now. I attached the stone to the branch and immediately felt a strange sensation. The amulet seems to be vibrating. It was ready. Okay. Oh! Oh, I don't know if I like this. Ah! Why did it take so long to load? I don't like this. I don't like this. I don't like this. Everywhere I go, I'm going to be freaking out now. Crap. Wave the amulet in front of the mask, and then... At first, nothing seemed to happen, but then the atmosphere felt lighter, as if the house had been relieved of a monstrous burden. Nothing else seemed to happen. I still don't like it. We're going to leave and something's going to happen. You think so, huh? Dude. Now I'm going to try to leave in my car. Are we going to actually leave this creepy ass place? Ah! I stood there paralyzed in terror as I heard those horrible noises again. They just wouldn't stop. Oh, the scratching. Damn it. Frickin' really? That didn't open before. Okay. As I went down to the fireplace, I couldn't shake the feeling of encountering a forbidden zone, a place that had been and was supposed to remain forgotten in time. Okay. Ooh, don't like this. Okay. Passage was full of junk. Pipes rusted long ago were everywhere in here. So we traded one creepy for another. We traded haunted evil spirit for scratching, vengeful, panicking ghost, or if we're going with what Fofox says, baby corpse or something. Okay. Pipes rust along everywhere. Blah, 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 blah. Okay. Password full of junk. Okay, so that's going to go back up, apparently. It's good that there's a way out of here anyway. The only noticeable feature of the room was a filthy and cracked sink. More junk. More rusted pipes. What are these? Just junk, I guess. Okay. Oh, and there's a door. Oh, you know what? That's where Schmeckel was looking at us when we were in the furnace. I think he was looking at us through the furnace this way. Okay. Okay, let's examine the sink more closely if we can even. No, it just says the description. I don't zoom in at all. Okay. It's fine. It's okay. It's no big deal. It's okay, I promise. Just go. I remembered being soaking wet and shaking in fear, yet I just had to go on, as if driven by an unseen force. No, you don't, you jackhole. Just get the hell out of here. You've recharged the battery in your car. You already banished the spirit. Just leave. This guy's not smart. But my guess is he feels like if there's... Now the entity's gone, or banished or whatever, temporarily at least. But now if there's somebody on the property, it could be dangerous for the next tenants as well or something. Going through the demon domain? Oh... Sure, Fofox. If you say so. I think Robin's a corpse now, but okay. Oh, that's still examining the pipes? Weird. Okay. There were some remnants of food on the table. Someone, or something, had been eating down here. Oh, I don't like this. Some fresh water was dripping from a pipe. I don't know what we do with the fresh water. Do we want to open this somehow or something? No. I can't grab the bucket. It just does that. Water's dripping from the pipe. So I don't know. I'm not seeing anything that would really help me get the water or get the water running or flowing or anything. So maybe we don't do that right now. Okay, that was remnants of food still. Teddy bear. A disgusting teddy bear, covered in mud and dirt, was lying on the ground. It appeared to be bites that had ripped its neck, or there appeared to be. So somebody tried biting into the teddy bear? That's kind of messed up, actually. It's a good thing this is a point and click and not like a live action game like Alien Isolation or something, where then I risk something running at me and attacking me while I have my back to it. I mean, that still could happen, but it'd be kind of planned and sequential, right? I'm pretty sure that's blood. Honestly. Yeah. This Michael dude. Suddenly, the words of William Bailey concerning the body of Catherine Blackwood echoed in my head. Ripped, she would say. like it. I don't like it at all. I really don't like this. Why? Why is this? Why? Okay. Yeah, I'm pretty sure this is blood. I'm pretty sure. Yeah, I mean, technically it could be rust, I suppose. But why would it only be this and not all across the windowsill? I don't think this would be rust, because if one of these started rusting, not all at the same time, but over time, when enough of these have rusted like this, like 4 of them, if they're, let's go with the rust, right? If these 4 were all rusting, by this point in time, probably these 3 over here and these 5 over here would all be rusting too. At least in different points. Oh, the knife. Good point. Yeah, I might use the knife, huh? Good call. Nope, could have hurt myself. How dare you, Monmouth? I could hurt myself. Stop trying to get me to cut myself. I don't know what else. I tried these, right? Didn't I? I tried these, I think. Those cut, but no. This doesn't... It cuts in on this... So if you look at where the thumb of the hand is, it cut that part where that's by the thumb, that little slit, that would cut, but not enough. So, and then everything else... Wood bore, probably not, right? No. I don't know what else really would be used for that. Alright. So maybe not yet. Although I don't know where the hell, or when the hell it'll be if it's not yet, but apparently. Okay. Let's go to the creepy dark hole. Sure, why not? Ah, hi. Hi. Ah! Okay. He's like, I am getting the beep, beep, beep out of here.
Unsure of what I had just seen, I raced my car and left Blackwood Manor as quickly as possible. I'm not ashamed of what I did. That disfigured face is still stalking my nightmares, and I've never put foot inside a Victorian house ever since. But there's certainly one thing that I'm grateful for. It was thanks to my encounter below that house that I was able to finish my book and become a prolific writer.
Deformed person, yeah. He did look sad. I don't know what to make of that. I honestly, I'm starting to feel like that might have been. I don't think it's Robin. I really don't think it's Robin. But that could. It was not Robin. I don't think it's Robin. You could be right, but I don't think that's supposed to be Robin. I feel like that actually might be John, or whatever his name was, Blackwood, Mr. Blackwood. Because he'd be old and decrepit, but he wouldn't necessarily be super old. See, remember that oh nice, Daniel Cordes, Augustine's brother or relative anyway, possibly. Don't know for sure. Possibly his relative did the music. Anyway, I feel like it could have been Mr. Blackwood. Because remember, we're in 1976 with Michael whatever the hell his name is, Arthate or whatever, right? So it could be, that's 1976. 1963 was when the child died. It's only 13 years later. Even if the guy retired, let's say he was 50 or 60, he could have still been alive. Although at 60, he would have been like 73. But he could have been like 45, 50. It could have been 58 to 63, somewhere in there. He could still be well enough to live down there. So it is true, we never did see Robin's body. He refused to look, so it really didn't give me a choice. Yeah, it's possible, yeah. That's a good call. It's a good point. Yeah, because there's a teddy bear. Although, in fairness, the teddy bear could have also been that the father couldn't let go of the child, and so he was keeping around as a memento or something, possibly, but maybe not. Oh, closing cutscene. Oh, is that the end? It's not really a cutscene. It kind of is, but not really. Yep. Okay. So let's It's true. It's true. Yep. So you said it's a different ending from the original. So in the original release, Monmouth, what is the ending then? How does it end in the original release? Because I'm not sure. Let me get rid of this. I don't need that anymore. Let me look it up and see. Okay, so let's try this. Yeah, it's true. It's true. See, the thing to keep in mind is, although we didn't do it until the very end of the game, we were able to open the grate in that front fireplace and go down in. And then that other door, we were able to just open it and go in, right? And we did when we were previously looking, when we at night we had crawled through the furnace and gone to the end. We were, when we opened the little thing, we were able to see somebody walk by, and it looked like they walked to a door. I think, if I remember, I might be misremembering. I think it looked like they walked to a door. So that, I think whoever that is that's down there was able to actually freely get up and leave and then go back down, and probably went out during the night. That's why you heard scratches and stuff. Probably during the night, that person down there went out and about and then just went back down and hid during the day because of the deformity stuff. Maybe was being mocked or whatever. Okay, let's see what it says. You're right. It's supposed to be Robin. Yep. You're correct. It's supposed to be Robin. In the end, it's revealed the scratches were being caused by Robin, the deformed son of James and Catherine, who was locked in the basement. Michael flees the house after this discovery, finishes his novel, and becomes a prolific novelist as a result from his encounter. Original ending. Originally, the player was supposed to use an amulet to kill Robin, turning him back into a human. They would themselves die if they weren't able to figure the puzzle out. Lead developer Agustin Cordes said the ending was, quote unquote, completely unfair in terms of design, and it was subsequently abandoned. In the director's cut edition of the game, a side quest called The Last Visit continues the narration from where Michael had fled. A reporter is sent to uncover the mysteries of Blackwood Manor before it will be destroyed. The place has become a scene of ruin, full of looting, vandalism, and graffiti. The reporter ultimately discovers Robin, who chases him until Milton appears at the manor to speak with Robin. Robin leaps onto Milton and presumably kills. Okay, so I'm not going to keep going on that because I might want to play The Last Visit then. I don't want to get rid of all the stories. So okay. Yep. Well, you get the last laugh. I was wrong. I do think it seems ridiculous, to be frank, that the game would refuse to let you look in the casket to try to confirm Robin's death. I'm not saying you would have enjoyed it. Like, ooh, cool, let's look at another corpse. I don't think that obviously Michael would have been cool with looking at it. But I do think Michael should have grown a spine in the game and been able to look in the casket to confirm. I feel like he probably was not permitted to look at the casket so they could keep that hidden in the game. It's a mechanism. I'm not sure if I like that mechanism. It feels like you weren't able, because I tried multiple times to look at the casket and he refused. Like, I feel like that was a preventative. Yeah, I feel like that was basically forced in the game. I don't feel like they should have let you, should have prevented you from looking at the casket. Because I wanted to confirm multiple times and it wouldn't let you, right? So, but turns out that it did because of that, it did trick me because I thought he was dead and Michael just refused to look in it. So, well, but if he wasn't trapped though, then how did he get food? At a certain point, you would have either there might be rats or beetles or things, but at a certain point, you would assume the supply of those would run low enough that he couldn't subsist over all that time. I assume he had to go out. Maybe he was digging during the night so that he could find a way where he didn't have to go through the house. Of course, that said, if he went through the house, you'd expect occasionally muddy footprints or something too, and that wasn't there. So I'm not sure. Yeah, I do feel like that was like a plot device. We're gonna force you in this direction, so we're gonna do this. Now, I'm not faulting the game overall. I do think that overall the game was excellent, and it was a nice surprise at the end, and it was awesome that Fofox was right. I do the props totally way to go. Stick to your guns, despite the fact that I doubted it. But I do think that was a little bit of a cheat by the developers to force you into one way of thinking. Yeah, he did. He looked incredibly sad. I don't think he knew what the hell was going on, honestly. It was only like a couple years after his birth that Catherine was killed and buried. And then presumably something happened to James Blackwood too. But in either case, James Blackwood obviously was not there anymore. Catherine Blackwood was buried. Like, there's no way, clearly, his parents weren't there to take care of him. So he had to survive on his own. I don't know how that happened. I wonder if for a time, because there was that maid, I wonder if for a time the maid knew that he was there and wanted and felt badly for him. And so maybe she helped him out for a while until she was no longer able to stay on the property or something. I don't know. I'm not sure how that worked, but yeah. And in fairness, though, I mean, it was it was still a good game overall. Despite that particular thing where I feel like, because I tried multiple times, I was like, why can I not look at it? Just look at it, right? Because I also started thinking with when they mentioned the curse in the chapel and stuff, I started thinking, well, maybe Robin was the first victim of the curse, and then Catherine was a sacrifice to stop Robin or to stop others from dying like Robin died, is what I thought, right? And so because of that, I was like, well, we need an item from the victimizer, but we need something from the victim as well. So if I get something from Robin's casket, because I didn't really see Catherine as a victim, I thought Michael, or not Michael, that's us. Sorry, I thought James Blackwood killed Catherine in the process of. Well, no, I don't think he killed Catherine. I think James Blackwood. I think Catherine died as a result of the curse. So James buried her, but it looked like maybe there had been something, untoward going on, some kind of bad, bad actions on his part. I think Catherine died as a result of the curse, but I thought that Robin had died initially. So that's why I wanted to look in the casket so badly, because I was like, well, if we need something from the victim, we need to get something from Robin. And it wouldn't let us, right? So. Well, there's the original ending. The original version of the game has where you need an amulet. That's what that was, Fofox. So this is Scratch's the director's cut. You can see on my logo on the bottom left of the stream, Scratchers, and then I don't know if you can read it, but below that, the smaller text below Scratches are the words director's cut. So in the original game, before the director's cut was made, you had to use the amulet, that thing you use to remove the curse. We use that amulet on the mask. So we had to use that to kill Robin. We were supposed to use that in the original game. We were supposed to use that to kind of tap it on Robin or whatever and turn Robin back to a human, which would kill him. But that was too hard to figure out, Augustin said. He said it was completely unfair in terms of design. Like, how are you supposed to know that's the thing you use? People probably try to use the crowbar. They probably try to use the hammer, the knife, those different items, or the shovel, whatever, to try to stop Robin from killing them. And they had to use the amulet instead. It just wasn't obvious to players. That is a good point, Somni. Yeah, I agree with Phil Fox. That's a good point. We don't know how long what was the birth certificate? I feel like I don't know what the birth certificate was. Let's go back and look. Let's get back into the game and let's see when the birth certificate for Robin was. Because I feel like whoops, it's not. Is it way over here? It is. Yep. Okay. Let's get back in. Can I just escape? Yeah, okay. Let's get back in. Even Sunday is fine. It doesn't matter what day. We're just going to look at the birth certificate, right? So let's go back out here. And, oh, no. Wait, let me think. Where was the birth certificate was in his room, right? So we want to go up and then across to his room. Okay, up, out, open this, go out here, grab the rope. Okay. Okay. So now we'll go over here, and I think it's a top drawer. Has it? Yeah, here's the birth certificate. So the registration, let's see. What does it say at the bottom? A true copy of the entry of a birth in the General Register of Births maintained. Blah, 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 blah. Okay, date of birth. Here we go. So the date of birth is 7 August 1961. Okay. Now, if we back out... Okay, yeah, it's fine. Okay, stop, let me out. Okay. Let's go back out. Okay, now, if we go to the newspapers... Fly in my apartment is not getting the hint when I try to swat at it and miss. Okay, so now we go to the newspapers. In fact, actually, let's, just to make sure we've got all of the entries, let's load this one. Load this, that's fine. Okay, so let's go back into the house. Go back up to the attic. What? Maybe. I'm trying to see how old he actually was, because I can't, honestly, I cannot see, unless maybe she was asleep when he attacked her. Otherwise, I can't see a toddler overpowering a full-grown adult woman. Like, I can't see that happening. Even if he was especially strong or something, I can't see that really being a thing. I have a hard time. Okay, so May of 63. When I glanced through the window, I just couldn't believe my eyes. The lady, the sole thought of it sent shivers down my spine. The photograph in question is in possession of the authorities. It has been revealed. It clearly shows Mr. Blackwood burying a shape in his garden. We can almost confirm that the shape is a body. But even if the image is not clear, this alone with Miss Mariani's statement is enough to open a serious case against Mr. Blackwood. Police officers are already heading to the Blackwood Manor as we speak. This was May of 63. 25 May, to be specific. Okay, August, September, October, November, December, January, February, March, April, May. 9. So the child was 1 year and 9 months old. Yeah. It's possible it was an accident, yeah. Yeah. It's true. Well, the teddy bear, yeah. It's definitely true. No, I agree with you. It's possible. We don't know what happened. It could have been completely an accident. It's completely possible that it was just an accident. It's a good point. Yep. So maybe that's just what happened. Maybe it was because he accidentally killed her when he didn't really mean to. So that's definitely a possibility. I don't think there was any on purpose. And I think if she were awake or something, unless he did something like getting into her jugular, but unless something like that happened, I normally would not think that a toddler could overpower a full-grown adult. Doesn't matter their gender, but I do think you're right. If it was an accident, maybe he bit her, because kids around that age will bite sometimes. Maybe she did something, or he was just had this thought or whatever and bit into her neck and he made her bleed out or something. Yeah. So it's possible Yeah. So, yeah, he was only a year and 9 months when she died. And when they saw James Blackwood trying to bury the body. That's why I didn't think it would have been. Well, two things. One, I didn't think, because of the whole coffin thing where he wouldn't get in it, I started saying, okay, well, it must not be Robin then. It must not be the son. And then, although I was thinking that before we even knew the name anyway, and then I think it reinforced that idea when we were told that she was being buried only like less than 2 years later. Because I was like, what the frick? So he's like a year and a half old or whatever. How the crap did he kill his mom? So he wasn't old enough. So he wouldn't have been killing her anyway, right? But it could have been an accident. It's true. So, all right. Thanks, Monmouth. Thanks. Appreciate it. Thanks for stopping by. I will talk to you later. I think we mostly know the complete story. As far as, except for the last visit, we could do, because like I said, in the director's cut edition of the game, there's a side quest called The Last Visit. So we could try that maybe next Saturday night. We'll start with that. And if we finish that fast, then we'll go into playing something else. If we don't finish that fast enough, then maybe we'll just continue that. But the Last Visit side quest is the only thing that we've not done. So I think pretty much, except for that, which maybe has more information, but other than that, pretty much the story, I believe, is this. James was an explorer. He went out exploring different things in the world. He and a group that was working with his exploration team went to Africa. They encountered this dangerous tribe that had the tradition of killing one of their own to have a victim in the ceremony that would keep the dark god away. Okay? Then James got fascinated, learned more about them, and stole a mask from them. Turned out that mask was the thing of the victimizer that they kind of trapped the spirit in. So he brought back with him a curse, not realizing it. He set up this room with all these African artifacts and stuff because he's like, I had been to Africa and everything. Then the curse started taking hold on his family. His son, Robin, was cursed and deformed as part of the curse. I think Somni's right on that. His son got deformed as part of that. And then continuing part of that curse, a year and a half later, apparently his wife died. Whether it was from the son or not, his wife died. He buried her outside. And then he, not long after that, himself disappeared. Was killed, just disappeared in general, whatever. So that curse still lingered in that manner. And the I feel like the child, I don't know what to make about that diary entry in the entryway though, right? When you first come into the manor and you go to that room on the right, the kind of guest greeting room or whatever. In that room, there's a diary entry where somebody, whoever it is, describes hearing all kinds of scratching noises. Who was saying they were hearing the scratching noises? Presumably, James and Catherine both knew their son was deformed and both took care of him for a while until, of course, she passed on. But then, like a one in less than 2-year-old kid, toddler, probably isn't strong enough to really make scratching noises that anybody's going to hear, right? So who heard the scratching noises? It wouldn't have been Catherine, because I think they probably kept Robin with them and were raising him, not having him go out in public because, he was deformed and stuff, but they were raising him, and she knew about it, right? So she wouldn't have had the scratching noises before that, I don't think. So that's a little puzzling to me too, but I'm not sure. Batman's bad at taking care of his Robins. Totally. Yeah, I don't know. I mean, it was definitely a good guess. Like I said, they kind of prevented me from realizing it was Robin. That's fine. I just feel like that was a little unfair, but it's not the end of the world. It's fine. Still a great game. Oh, yeah. I don't think I've read the Dunwich Horror. I've read a lot of various literature and stuff, but I don't think I've actually read the Dunwich Horror. Wait, maybe. Wait, is the Dunwich Horror? That's not a Lovecraft story, is that? I might have read it if it is. Actually, hang on. Yeah, Dunwich is Lovecraft. Yeah. That must be one of his stories I've not read. Yeah, I've not read that. That's like one of the few I've not read. Wow, there's a Lovecraft story I haven't read. I thought I'd read them all. Okay, so I will read that then. Definitely. I was gonna say that sounds familiar. Yeah. Okay, so I need to read that. Yeah. I surprised I haven't read that. I've read a lot of Lovecraft. I haven't read that. Wow. Yeah, that's good. That's something to look forward to reading. Maybe I'll read that tomorrow or something. All right, so that's gonna do it for tonight. So thanks guys for sticking with me. I know we streamed quite a bit longer. Like I said, I'm gonna cut a huge section of the beginning of this out though, because we did nothing for the first X amount of time trying to figure out dig. No, look for clues. No, dig. No. So there's a lot of that time that'll cut out. So this shouldn't be super long for people watching after the fact, of course. So thank you for joining me tonight. I appreciate your support. As always, I will hopefully, at least. Why do I not get? I don't even know. Okay. Anyway, hopefully I will see you guys on additional streams. So now I have to figure out what we're gonna watch or what we're gonna play next Saturday, other than possibly the side quest, right? So there's that. But other than that, I don't know what for sure we'll watch. So thanks for joining me. I appreciate your support, and I will see you tomorrow if you can make the stream. We'll hopefully be finishing To the Moon. Maybe not, but hopefully. And then I'll see you in my other videos I upload as I go along. Thanks for watching. Till next time. Peace.